As a prospective MP, what is the legacy you would like to see left for the next generation and those beyond?
The most important thing is that we actually leave a world behind for the next generation. And so we do really need to be looking very seriously at climate change, at our use of fossil fuels, at our total reliance on the old industries, on old thinking, and not actually looking ahead to seeing what we want to be doing into the future. I think that one of the problems we have is that we're so taken up in our industrial society, and the fact that we think that in order to develop we need to grow. And there's actually a difference between economic development and economic growth. So much so that we are really intent on consuming all the resources right now. And we really do have a problem with a generation that is totally concerned with looking at right now instead of into the future. So for me, I'd like to see that there is actually a future for the future, and that we are able to leave hope for our children and our grandchildren, that they are able to move forward into a future which they actually have helped to design, because with our generation, with the generations before us, we weren't really very good at looking into the future and saying what do we want to leave for our generations. Now, I do qualify that by the fact that as a Māori we do have a very good kaupapa that actually says, you know, in order to look forward you have to look back, and so that we keep we do still keep looking forward. That I guess in English you would say that, you know, it's about learning from history. So I would hope that we learn from history and that we actually do put things into place now, that there will be a future. I want to see more of a reliance on renewables, more of a reliance on our own resources, and by that I mean personal resources rather than the environmental resources, more of a reliance on what we can do and on relationships with each other, with the environment, with what we can do together to actually make an impact now to give hope for the next generation.
And what risks do you think climate change poses to the well-being of young people and future generations of New Zealand?
Well, the reality is that if we don't deal with climate change right now, there will not be a future for our young people. There will not be any resources left for our young people. You know, just if I'm looking at the Māori situation, the very fact that many of our marae are built at sea level, and the fact that they won't be left if we don't do anything about climate change, if we don't do anything about the rise in sea levels, and if we don't do anything to stop the way that we're losing more and more land to the sea. And you know, those are very basic things that we need to be taking care of right now. Otherwise we can't actually be looking forward to what we're going to be leaving for our children and our grandchildren.